What's up, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls Pregame, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Top-rated. Download the app and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guys, Big Dave at Bow, BNWL Sports, and Will the Go Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb. Our producer and our pal Joey here with us downtown in our West Loop studios. He is at Joey Spathis on Twitter. We are CHGO _Bulls. What's going on? Friday night. Bulls hoops. Action.
Yeah.
Alexis in the comments dropping us off saying it's Debo 32 tonight. I love it. He's coming on back to back really rough games.
He's got to switch your mic.
What's going on with Coach Mike?
You keep going.
I keep going?
Yeah, you keep going.
Okay, cool. Hi. Hello. Troy, what's up, buddy?
You mean like you usually do? Of course.
Wait, did Will break a mic? Did he pull a me?
No, he didn't pull a you. Nobody can pull a you, sir. I've never seen anybody pull a you but you. So he just,
Dare to dream. So we're going to touch on Ayo's dominance over the Boston Celtics. We're going to touch on the way that Pat has started to turn things around in this last 5 games. And then we'll take a look at what the Celtics have done since the last time these teams met back in October. Yeah. But first, quick couple of injury updates for both of these teams. I haven't seen the final decision yet, but I did see Celtics reporters saying that they downgraded Jaylen Brown to questionable tonight because of a non-COVID illness.
Okay.
So I guess maybe a game-time decision there. Haven't seen anything conclusive yet.
Okay.
As far as the Bulls are concerned, we did get some updates.
Jaylen Brown is starting.
Jaylen Brown is starting. Okay, so there's that.
Will Sound is recovered.
Will Sound is back. The mic is back. We got a string of interesting injury tweets rather, from Casey Johnson of NBC Sports Chicago, who is covering this game out in Boston. Billy Donovan talking about injuries pregame. Here are a couple updates on Kobe and Drummond, who it looks like are both still out tonight. Kobe, a significant deep thigh contusion, still experiencing quite a bit of pain. Drummond, still having trouble raising his arm above his head, no torn labrum or dislocation. It's a shoulder sprain, but he's not close, according to Billy Donovan. So maybe the day-to-day, and I think maybe you said this, Will, on one of our recent shows, is kind of more like a week-to-week kind of thing with Drummond.
Yeah, it seemed like he was not close. Honestly, I was surprised he came back in that game against the Spurs.
Honestly.
Like that was kind of gruesome.
Yeah.
But, he seems like he's in good spirits. I don't think he's like wearing any slings or anything like that. So hopefully sooner than later, but not rushing him back for sure. And it sounds like same with Kobe.
Yeah.
Contusions.
Yeah.
Usually when you hear that word, you don't think of someone being, well, at least let me speak for myself. I don't think of someone being out for a very, very long time. So I expected Kobe back soon, but now they're saying it's a little deeper and more painful than it's letting on. So yeah, if he needs to rest, take his time, do all that, Kobe, come back when you can. It gives a chance, for Billy Donovan to experiment with more of the small ball lineups.
And as Jayson in the comments said, nice little update on Lonzo Ball today. That was the crazy stuff as far as Billy's comments pregame. This is another tweet from Casey Johnson. Billy Donovan said everything is, quote, very, very optimistic.
Let's go.
Right now regarding Lonzo Ball.
Pull out your jersey.
He has started running in water. No return for a timeline. More from Billy Donovan. Quote, he feels a lot freer than he did prior to the surgery. Obviously, he's a ways away from running and cutting and doing all of those things, but there is optimism that this hopefully has helped him. I assume that this he's referring to there is the procedure that Lonzo had back in September. Will, can you tell the people out there in Bulls Nation what you told me just a minute ago as far as maybe the the nuances of how Billy Donovan speaks when he's addressing the media, and that maybe Bulls fans shouldn't get too excited about the very, very optimistic.
Yeah, this is sort of speculation on my part, but just listening to Billy's press conferences, he says really, really like the play was very, very good. It was really, really good. And so when you see that typed out, when you see it written down, maybe sounds a little bit more, emphatic than it might actually be. I don't know if that's how it was. Like, I didn't go to that press conference. I wasn't there.
Sure.
Obviously not in Boston, but I'm tempering expectations because we know, we're in month 12 now, 11 now of Lonzo being out. So I'm not really rushing into anything, especially when it comes to his recovery.
Well, for me, it wasn't the very, very. It was just the word optimistic.
Yeah, the fact that was in there, especially in contrast with Drummond's a ways away, and Kobe's knee is whatever.
Correct.
The fact that all these updates came at the same time, like, just tricks your brain into thinking, like, oh my God, is Lonzo going to be back before Drummond is back? And they're like, no, of course not.
Right.
I still think that mid to late December is the most optimistic outlook we can have at this point when it comes to Lonzo.
I'm sticking with All-Star break.
Right.
I've said that.
That to me seems more realistic, even still.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Thank you, sir.
Right.
I hope so too.
And
Actually, I hope I'm wrong and he comes back earlier.
If the Bulls can stay afloat, maybe a few games above 500, while they're playing without Lonzo, while Zach is getting his game all the way back after an offseason to nothing, I think you still got to feel okay about that.
Yeah.
If in fact Lonzo doesn't ramp down after ramping up.
No, just the plan. Well, at least the plan is to just keep yourself in position,
right?
To make that move in the second half of the season, because last year everything was maxed out in the first half of the year, and they had nothing left when they had the hardest schedule in the second half of the year. So yeah, man, like, just tread the water. You know what I mean? Go through the peaks and valleys of the first half of the season. Let's get there, and then hopefully everybody will be ready to go after All-Star break. That's my goal.
Jayson saying, to be honest, it's just nice to see positive talk about Lonzo. It wasn't long ago we were saying him being back this season would be a bonus. I think it still will be a bonus, because there was a stretch of time there in the summer when I was like, oh, all hope is lost. And then when that update came that it's like, oh no, he's gonna have another surgery, I was like, well, flip a table, I'm out of here. I like Old Buckness's nickname idea for Lonzo, knowing that he is starting to run in water.
What is it?
Hydrozo.
Hydrozo. Not bad.
All right.
I dig that.
Yeah.
I like that. Hydro.
All right. So moving along, Bulls Celtics Part 2 this season tonight.
Yes.
We saw the Bulls make a huge 30-something point swing on October 24th, down as many as 19 early against the Celtics, who started whatever they were like 8 of 9 from downtown in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter, whatever.
Foolish.
Huge run. The Bulls end up winning that one in a landslide. In that game, who played really well?
Okay.
Ayo Dosunmu.
Yes, he did.
Chicago's own.
That's him.
Our pal.
Our guy.
And it was just the latest example of Ayo Dosunmu owning the Boston Celtics, which he also did his rookie year. Joey, do we have these numbers on Ayo that we can take a look at?
Give it to me.
Career splits versus when he plays against the Celtics. Woo! Career numbers, nothing crazy. Modest. 9.2 points on just shy of 60% true shooting, 113 offensive rating, few assists, few rebounds. Look at his numbers against the Celtics. 16 points a game on 1.067 true shooting percentage. That is unheard of.
Yes, it
That's
is.
not a true shooting percentage number that makes sense.
That's
in any kind of reality.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
162 offensive rating.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
The specific numbers behind those numbers, I was looking at Ayo today.
Get to my favorite one.
10 of 10 from behind the 3-point line.
That one.
27 of 30 from the field.
Crazy.
Is Ayo against these Celtics?
It's insane, dog.
What?
And it started from the first game. Like, I remember clearly, I would think we called that the coming out game for him.
Yeah.
Against Boston, when Boston had a team only meeting after that loss that they gave up. But Ayo went crazy. He didn't miss a shot that game. I believe he had 18 points. But he did not miss a shot that game. He played great defensively and offensively. He carried, I shouldn't say carry, he helped bring the Bulls back.
I mean, he scored 22 points. He was their second highest scorer behind DeMar.
Dude, he was awesome, man. He was just truly awesome at that game.
It's not like it was one good game. That was his fourth game against the Celtics. That's like, I mean, it's still a pretty small sample, but like, it's not like he just got hot one night. It's like every single time they play. It's kind of wild.
Just
special
nuts.
Stuff. Yeah.
So hopefully we can see Ayo continue to dominate this team as he has, and not just checking guys defensively, but those shooting numbers are outrageous. You can't expect that to continue. But for whatever reason, he plays with a lot of confidence and shoots with a lot of confidence against this team.
He really does.
It was like one of the Bulls' first signature wins early last season when they were at TD Garden. And Ayo made a couple of huge plays in that fourth quarter when the Bulls said, "Oh no, we're taking this game."
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was amazing. And it's good because it's good to have, because you love every player has that team.
Yeah.
You know, that they just ball out against, that they just love playing against. Everybody has that one team. It's good to see Ayo found his early.
Yeah.
And it's good to see it's against a really, really good team, you know, that we're going to need him to have those kind of games again. So, yeah, I'll see it again tonight. More threes.
Why not?
We got some more theories in the comments. Old Buckner is saying Ayo hates Shamrocks. Hey, careful. Are you talking to a St. Patty's guy right here? Amari saying it's going to be 5 Ayos tonight instead of 5 Javantes. I love that. And Connor, I love this. Ayo is the Firkin Korkmaz of the Celtics fan base. Ooh, man.
Legend.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Killer.
Go get him, Ayo.
Yeah.
You know what I do have is a little same-game parlay tonight for Bulls Celtics.
That's how you segue it.
Did I take the over on Ayo points, and did I take him to have 4 more assists? Yes, I did. Speaking of which, while we're reading this DraftKings ad, hit that thumbs up button, y'all, and we'll be right back.
Come on with it.
Patrick Williams, talking about him next. NBA fans, the wait is over. We're back. We are all the way back. So tip off the NBA season and keep it going with the DraftKings Sportsbook app, the official sports betting partner of the NBA and our official betting partner at CHGO. New customers can make any $5 NBA moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. You can even just take moneyline on a heavily favored team, which, like, by the way, tonight I saw Warriors are getting 10.5 against the Pels.
Damn.
Wow.
Crazy. Crazy.
All right.
But you can get $200 in free bets if your team wins a $5 money line bet. Amazing deal. Plus, there's those amazing DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays where you can boost your winnings up to 100%. So go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and place a stepped-up same-game parlay today. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is where I go to bet on the NBA. And don't forget that promo code CHGO.
Don't forget.
That is us. There it is. The sign on the coffee table. There's your promo code when you sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's go. Parlay's hidden tonight.
Patrick Williams first basket again. Patrick Williams first basket.
You're going back to that well?
Yep.
Oh, Joey.
Wow.
Yep.
I wish I could tell you I have confidence in you hitting that twice, but
all right. I like your style, man. I like your style.
Every,
odds you got on that?
every
That just
game
seems so
this
arbitrary to
season.
me.
Every game this season? Is that what you just said?
Plus 1,200.
All right, that's
They like to get him involved early. He's
Yeah, I don't hate it.
active
At plus
early.
100, that's good
He
value.
likes to be like, oh,
No, they're mini
the
Vucevic,
ball,
man.
the
Yeah.
ball just got tipped off. I gotta, show
Yeah.
that I can, I'm awake.
Yes.
Basically.
Guys,
Oh, man.
Patrick Williams.
Patrick Williams, the
Hoopin'.
aforementioned.
Hoopin'.
baskets.
Our reigning DraftKings king of the game
Yes.
from their win on Wednesday night.
He had the crown.
I love it. Big Dave.
Hello.
You got some Pat thoughts?
I got thoughts on young Patrick Williams.
Share them with the class.
I shall. I'm very excited about him.
I'm excited for your thoughts.
I hope
Thank
you brought
sir.
enough
Thank
for
you.
everyone.
Of course. Of course I did that. I've always been the person who kept saying 20 games. I want 20 games. I need to see 20 games of Patrick Williams. Tonight will be game 10. He'll be at the halfway mark. But I'm excited about what I've seen in these past few games from Patrick Williams. And I just kind of wanted to touch on it because they're staunchly different from the first 4 games of Patrick Williams. So thank you, Joey, very much. Check out the numbers right there. The first 4 games of the season for Pat. You see the points, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists, 0.5 steals. You see the field goal and the three-pointer. Then, after a while, he got it together and figured out what he needed to do. Look at the difference, y'all. First, the points are the major difference to me.
Doubled and then some.
Yes, the rebounds are awesome. An assist, all right, is better than 0, all right?
100%.
Yes, the steals going up is also a big thing because the Bulls love to get out in transition.
And not on this stat sheet, but he's also got, 4 blocks in the last 2 games?
Does. Yes, he does, Matt. Absolutely
Get
right.
them blocks.
61% from the field, that is confidence, and 46% from 3, that is also confidence. Patrick Williams has missed 1 free throw in these 9 games. He's 10 of 11. These last 5, he's 7 of 7.
That's what
he has not missed. And also, he has in those first 4 games, none of those games did he have double-digit scoring.
Right.
In those last 5, 4 out of the 5 double-digit scoring, and then the one that he didn't, he had 9 points. So Patrick Williams is getting comfortable out there. He's taking more shots. I believe he has 37 shots as compared to 25 in the previous 4 games that he had. The confidence is coming, it's showing, and now what lets you know that it's there, as we just kind of mentioned on the low real quick, the mini Vooch treatment that he's getting. They're looking for him early on in the game and getting him the basketball either on the block, getting it to him on the baseline at top of the key and letting him create. However he wants to do it, they're finding him early on, and it's just wonderful to see. I love it. Come on, Pat. Keep it going.
Will, the thing our buddy Mark was pointing out in our post-game Wednesday with these strong performances from Pat recently is that, not to nitpick, but the Brooklyn game, the Charlotte game, Pat was doing work and making his presence felt physically on both ends of the floor against some pretty small front courts. So, the Celtics are still without Time Lord, but they still got some big guys, and even their guys who aren't big this way are strong.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if Pat can keep that up tonight, Will, with maybe a bit of a tougher physical challenge than he's seen on Tuesday and Wednesday.
On both sides of the ball. I mean, he's going to be guarding Jayson Tatum.
Yeah.
We all know how good that dude is. And he's also a great defensive player too. I think what I've seen from the Bulls in terms of, how Patrick is playing and their ability to get Patrick action within the flow of the offense is just that. I mean, he seems like they're not like just feeding him the ball and saying like, you stand at the top of the key and like create everything. We'll all get out of your way and do your thing. Mm-hmm. No, it's like putting him in as the screener, letting him get easy and early buckets, just to try to build some of that confidence. And I think that's gone such a long way for him. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see. I don't know if the Celtics game was included in the first 4 or the last 5.
The Celtics was the cutoff point, and I did that purposely because I think that's right when it's kind of started to change for him.
So that's a great point because I'm really curious to see how that goes against a team that's obviously playing at a much higher level. Now, for the Bulls, we're talking about, beating some teams that they should beat over this last stretch here. But they, as we talked about before, like the Heat are not having the season that we expected from them. The Nets are not having the season that we maybe not quite expected.
I knew they were going to be trash.
Yeah, Matt did call that.
2-6 is pretty rough. But anyway, like they have beaten one good team, and that was like a crazy performance. That was the Celtics, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really excited to see the Bulls against this team, but also just Patrick and how he has sort of like how he's able to take this newfound confidence and aspects of his game into a matchup against a really strong team that I think matches up well against him specifically.
And that's important, even having those performances against teams with, lesser front courts, because you have to bum slay. Like, it is important to do that. How do you think guys get their, career points and, career nights is because they go against lesser opponents. Mm-hmm. The problem was we weren't seeing Patrick do that against anybody. I don't care who it was out there. He wasn't doing it. So the fact you're seeing it consistently in these past 5 games and watching it get better and better and better and better each game lets you say, okay, now let's put it on the line right here. This is the other reason I wanted to talk about it too, Will, is because you see the people they're about to start playing, they're ramping back up with playing those real teams. You know what I'm saying?
This stretch is tough.
Correct. So I wanted to highlight it now to say, okay, you did that, and now you've gotten time to get that confidence right. We see you've shown us what you can do. Now let's put it on full display against these other teams out here who are really good. Let's see what you can do, young fella.
Love that. Shout out and appreciation to Hayes for the super chat in the comments. Who said just wanted to show appreciation for Peck living that Burke life. Not easy. It was a tough call tonight. It was kind of a dreary, rainy day. Yeah, you never know whether or not you want to put the Burks out in the rain.
You powered through.
But, it wasn't a heavy rain. It was a drizzle. And I thought back to somebody who asked us on a recent show, like, what the Bulls record was when I rocked the Burks, and it was 4-2.
Ooh.
And now after Wednesday night, it is 5-2.
Hey, all right.
Could not wear them. Could not wear them.
Hey, Joey.
You've worn them in all their wins.
Yes.
Every Bulls win, I've had the Burks on.
Joey, Sideline Story. Who make that album?
I had the album on the graphic. J. Cole.
Who did? Thank you. I just need to hear you say it. I'm going to ask you every time.
Okay, yeah.
And why did I go with
I
J.
didn't
Cole?
know if you saw the thing on the graphic.
I didn't see it. Put the graphic back up for me, please.
Hold on.
And why did I go with J. Cole?
I don't know. We were talking about him
Because
last
Patrick
night.
is from Charlotte.
He is?
He is from North Cackalack, baby.
You got to look.
I see it in the back. Yes, I see it.
I
Well
didn't even
done.
notice that.
Well done, Joseph.
God, I didn't notice that either.
Well done, Joseph.
Is that a school hallway full of lockers on either side?
Yes, and then J. Cole in the middle.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Attention to detail in some of these
Look at this.
Joey graphics.
Joey's the graphics king.
Really
The
impressive.
draft king.
I like when he slams down the
Graphic
alley
king of the night.
Yes. I like when he catches the lob and puts it down. I set him up, he put it down. I like it. I like it, Joey. Well done.
I was listening to the song on my way over because you sent me the message.
It's all part of the plan, man.
I was listening to the new Taylor Swift album.
That's a lie.
Everyone's doing it, Dave. It's
also
the
a
coolest,
lie.
hippest new thing.
Wait, Joey, have you heard Taylor Swift's new album? No. Okay.
I don't know.
No, I have
I'm
not.
not going to ask Will because I'm just going to assume he has.
I saw
not, but I should listen to it.
our guy Cody from Cubs and Bets had a TikTok with what I assumed was a new Taylor song the other day.
Oh, okay. Was it good?
It's what people are doing to trend now on TikTok because there's a new Taylor Swift album out, so everybody's like lip syncing over Taylor Swift's with. I don't know. Okay. I still do not fully understand or like TikTok at all.
Top 10
Follow me on
the
TikTok.
Billboard 100. Yep.
Shout out to Shaq 2.0 in the comments who said hit that like button. We got like 150 Bulls fans here hanging out in the comments for pregame live, and only 30 likes. Can I get a few thumbs?
You see the thumb?
Can I get a few thumbs, please, and thank you.
Do it.
Love
See
y'all.
that?
Thanks for tuning in.
There it is.
Moving on. Last thing we wanted to touch on tonight is the opponent the Bulls have on deck. So we do know Jaylen Brown, a little under the weather, but will play the Robin to a hell of a Batman in Jayson Tatum, who's playing at arguably an MVP level right now. You see what Tatum has done through their first 7 games. Celtics, 5th in the East, 1 spot ahead of the Bulls as of right now. A very strong offense and a very sus defense, which is an interesting flip of the script compared to the Celtics and how they dominated at the back half of last season. Wow. You know, they made that turnaround in January when they went from being an under 500 team all the way to a team that won the East. It was largely about their shutdown defense.
Yeah.
They're having trouble getting stops, and obviously Time Lord's absence must be a part of that. Yeah. But in the meantime, Tatum is doing what he can to hold it down for them. You see averaging just over 30 a game, flirting with 50, 40, 90 shooting splits,
nasty.
in addition to grabbing 8 boards and dishing out 4 dimes. The offensive execution, mostly strong, but they do have a couple of losses where their offense fell apart late in games. Something that we've seen happen to the Bulls. Yeah. It happened in that OT loss against Cleveland the other night.
It did.
Bad possessions, bad shot selection that had some Celtics fans saying, like, dude, like this team was clutch game after game in the deep playoff run just last season, and we got all the same pieces. How is it that we are failing to execute down the stretch of these close games?
Well, it kind of reminds me of them last year at the beginning of the season. That's what was happening to them.
And in the finals at the end of the season.
Correcto mundo. Grandpa Willie on deck. This is all fact. Like, this is what it's not new. That's why I'm saying this. It's not surprising to me. It's not a new thing. It's like, yeah, I've seen them do this. Now, I think they'll get it together just like they did last time. But for me, I'm just more impressed as we were just looking at Jayson Tatum, man, and what he's doing. It looks ridiculous, Will.
Every game the Bulls play, there's like one of these guys. It's like I go there, it's like Harden, Embiid, Tatum. It's like just Donovan Mitchell's like averaging 37 points per game. It's like they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
The Celtics, though, they went through this stretch last year where they were beating teams so badly that they didn't even like really have to work on execution. I mean, and part of it was because of this defense. And so for me, that's the big worry here. But like they were just absolutely obliterating teams, beating them by 20 points a night. And then you kind of saw when the games really slowed down and they had to execute down the stretch, they just didn't have it. And so they got and they get Malcolm Brogdon. Hopefully he can be a guy that takes care of the basketball late in games. So we'll see that. But I just think it's too early on in the season to have seen them make really big, strides on that end. The defense is definitely more of a concern. Obviously, Ime Udoka's not been there, and he was a huge factor in that. Rob Williams is gone. Yep. So we'll see. But they also just had this like shootout with Cleveland that you mentioned in overtime. The Bulls gave them a whooping, by 20 points. So I think that kind of factors in. It's like a little bit too small of a sample for me to really freak out. But the fact that they're not just like parlaying what they did last season into a really strong start that I thought they would have.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about bets that we made. I bet the Celtics to win the championship this year. I thought that they were just primed to blow through this regular season, and they haven't done it yet. They were great until they played the Bulls. They were undefeated, and since then they just haven't been as dominant. I think 1-2 since the Bulls game.
That's right, baby. Can't recover from that.
Hayes in the comments bringing up a point that you brought up, I think, towards the end of post-game Wednesday, Will, when Dave was saying that even though the Bulls have 4 losses, he has yet to see a team that he saw and said, that team's better than us. Okay. And you said, Cavs? Hayes in the comments saying those losses to the Cavs, the Celtics have 2 of them.
Yep.
Are we thinking it's an issue for the Celtics, or are the Cavs just much better than most people thought?
Yes.
You know, I think a lot of people, plenty of people saw the moves that the Cavs made in the offseason, and that one in particular to get Mitchell, stealing him away from the Knicks, was going to propel that team with another year of improvement from Mobley, him and Allen playing in that front court together. Garland is a star. It's a team with a lot of great pieces. I had them finishing ahead of the Bulls when we did our Eastern Conference seeding predictions a few weeks ago. So, yeah, they are very good. As Buckness in the comments said, the Cavs are good, and I hate that. Right? I thought we were done with the Cavs being good team in our division that we got to worry about, deal with all the time, play all the time. When LeBron left the second time, like a lever.
You know what I look at it as? For me, LeBron was karma for Jordan. So maybe Donovan Mitchell is karma for Rose.
Yeah, but we didn't
But
even.
they had
I mean,
LeBron.
I know.
Rose was so fleeting.
Just saying.
So fleeting.
Who thinks Mitchell's going to stay there? He's not like he's going to have a huge contract with him.
It's a source.
He could be up out of there.
It's a sore suspect.
The karma that we had from Jordan has lasted way too long.
I don't know, man. Mike was
20 years.
Okay,
Six titles, bro.
What's
25
worse,
years.
the karma lasting too long or the goodwill lasting too long that benefits the ownership group? One of those things I'm more angry about than the other one.
Oh, yeah, well, we know
This is a conversation for another day, man. We
yeah,
got 3
seriously.
minutes
Yeah,
before
this is a
tip.
round table.
Oh, you don't think we can have that
discussion.
conversation in 3 minutes, Will?
Well, you're going to have it. But, dude, yeah, Cleveland winning and Cleveland being good, good for them. Good for them being good and winning. I hope the Bulls beat them, but they look good
The
right
fair
now.
trade-off is that LeBron literally went to Hollywood this time instead of being Hollywood is hell down in Miami. Literally went to Hollywood, and his team is trash.
It's true.
That brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
But it actually reminds me of something DeMar has said on multiple occasions this year, which is like, I mean, not verbatim, but like basically, I want these teams to be good, and I want to beat them anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Like, it's fun to see really good, high-level competitive basketball throughout the East.
Yes.
The divisions don't matter anymore. Like, whatever.
Right.
But like,
Conferences.
I want these teams to be good, and I want the Bulls to beat them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Makes you excited to watch the game, man.
Brings out the best in you.
Like tonight.
Hostess Jr. in the comments saying, P. Will going for a 20-20 game. Are you saying he's going for an Andre Drummond game?
Come on with it.
Well, Drummond's out, so
I'll take it.
I would not be opposed to Pat having a Drummond
nearly
game
did last
in his
game.
absence.
He had a great game against the Celtics.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
He was eating.
Yeah, he did.
He's another one that plays well against the Celtics, actually. So, yeah.
Charlie saying he wants to see AC knock down a few threes tonight. We mentioned that recently in one of our shows earlier this week. He has, after a grossly cold start in their first few games, knocked down a few threes, spanning their last few, including their 2 wins that they got under their belt most
And
recently.
when he picked it up, also the rest of the guys also as well.
Right.
You've seen Javante start hitting them. You've seen
And
Darius
the
Jones
funny
Jr.
thing is with Caruso, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but especially when he's shooting from anywhere on the TV side, actually, honestly, if he's shooting anywhere other than at the top of the key where it's hard to see the depth perception of where the ball is, as soon as the ball leaves Caruso's hands, you know if it's going in or missing poorly because it's one of the two.
Yes.
It's either, that's way off, and it's usually like left, not necessarily short or long.
Right, correct.
Or it's right on line and it's going in.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So
You
let's
can tell
have
by the
him
way he does
be
it.
right on line and going in this time.
That's the thing.
That little Caruso shot.
In there.
It's like a Sean Marion shot, but from higher up.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
true.
Caruso's form.
Is that the
so
form
weird?
right there? Let me see
Well,
that.
so Sean Marion, right, was like the push shot from like his chestal area.
Chestal area.
Caruso's is more like little, over the top.
The
Like
bunny,
this.
the bunny ears.
This is the bunny
Is
ears.
that what it
yeah.
is? Okay.
Watch tonight.
All right.
Watch him launch his threes.
I'd rather watch
It's
you do this.
Sean Marion, but just starting from here instead of here. It's the same shot.
Do Joakim.
Joakim was.
That's the Joakim.
Now that was actually yes. That was right.
I don't know how that.
Start
Like
here,
he's swimming.
push out.
Like you're
Yeah.
swimming.
He
I don't
talked
know how
about
it
it
went in.
on the Old Man and the Three episode that dropped today. It's one of many things he talked about.
It's a special point.
A glass case of emotion.
I am.
Yes.
Thank you, Joseph. It's
Yes,
been
he
a
was.
tough day. All kinds of emotions all over the place. When we come back for postgame, we're going to touch on a particular part of that chat Joakim had with JJ Redick on JJ's podcast earlier today. We will be here for that. Hit us up on Twitter.
Hey, wait, Matt, do Cartwright. Yeah, that was also kind of Boozer.
Well, no, Boozy's
No, Boozer.
back.
Yeah, Boozer's
wait,
back.
he's a little further
Boozer's
back.
back
All right.
there. Yeah.
Boozer's like, I'm going to scratch the back of my neck with the ball.
like a slingshot. Yeah.
There you go. There you go, Will.
Or what do you call it? God, it's in my head right now.
What?
Oh gosh, I can't think of it. I can't think of the name. It's gonna hit me when I'm sitting over there. But that device you put something in, you pull it in. Catapult. Yes, like a catapult. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What did we used to call Thad Young's threes? Trebuchet?
Trebuchet.
The trebuchet. Took him an hour to get those threes up.
Yes, dude. It took
Jim
me
was like,
forever.
shoot more threes, Thad. That's like, that's not what I do.
I don't care.
All right. It's 6:31.
Yeah.
Tip-off time
play
in
basketball.
Boston.
Basketball.
Bulls_Peck. Bow. BWL Sports. Will_Gottlieb. Joey Spathis. CHGO Bulls. That's where we are on the Twitter machine. Enjoy Bulls Celtics. We will see you right back here for post game. For Joey,
Troy?
Will, and Big Dave, I'm Peck.
Jayson, Rich,
Go Bulls.
DeAndre.
See you right. Be good. Hit that thumb.
Peace.
Joakim wants you to hit the thumb.